good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, everyone, everywhere, depending on where and when you are joining Africa Online. Well, I'm down here in Georgia, and it is a lovely, kind of chilly, rainy afternoon. What's it looking like in your neck of the woods? It is I think this is the last Sunday of the month. And of course, we are going to be doing a health topic. And, we talk about our brain and a need for eating properly and the need to exercise our brain to keep it healthy. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, the healthy life, how to have and live a healthy life and a happy life as part of the function of the brain. The brain is a magnificent tool, is a magnificent organ which God created for us, and we must care for it as much as we care for everything else. So at this time, I am delighted to turn this over to my co-host, Professor Nia Sun, for the editorial of the day. How are you, Professor? And what's it looking like up there in your neck of the woods? You're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, so you're muted.
Good afternoon, greetings, and welcome to the broadcast. I've not been able to step outside my door because it snowed all night or half of the night from midnight till this morning. I could not even go to church because my streets are not plowed and we just are blocked in. All the same, winter is doing its thing. The weather is doing its thing. Mother Nature is doing her thing. That said, January 25, 2026, the 25th day of the year, we're locked in, we're closeted. So we still have 340 days to go in 2026. That's quite some time, isn't it? Well, it is the fourth Sunday of 2026. As Ambassador Lisa said a short while ago, it is actually the last Sunday of this month of January. We have 54 days to go before the end of spring. The coming of spring. The end of winter, we have 54 days to go. Today is the 36th day, so we still have 54 days to go. And you won't believe it, but it is the last Sunday of January. We already said that. As such, and in keeping with Africa Online Media Corporation's program and schedule, we are supposed to be talking health. Yes, our traditional topic of health, something related to what we live for. We live to be healthy. It will not be the traditional health issues that we discuss. Rather, our guest, Dr. Sholette Josue, will take us through the world of how to live a happy and healthy life as a function of our brain, because the brain, as Ambassador Lisa said, is the central organ that keeps us alive. Is our brain's health an integral part and function of our overall health? Does it help us to live? Does the brain contribute to our living? Whatever it is, we will answer those questions as we go along. If it does not, why not? If it does, how are we tending to it? How are we making sure that it keeps us as alive and well as we can be? Are we usually creative with our brain, or do we just accept and go along with the status quo? Does the health of our brain evolve with the human growth and development process? Those are questions we'll ask ourselves and find answers through our guests and also through ourselves. The challenges that our brain goes through are certainly numerous, but it is up to each of us to know how and what to do when it comes to making sure that we stay healthy, that we keep our brains functioning the best way they should. So settle down, please, and let us lend an ear to how to live a happy and healthy life while ensuring that our brain benefits from the happiness and entrepreneurial wealth that we deserve. To get going, here is the chair of Africa Online Media Corporation, Her Highness Reverend Pam, to welcome all of us to the program, especially our guest, who is no longer a guest because he's been with us now for 2 weeks. Here we go, Reverend Pam.
Thank you so much, Nia Song. Enjoy staying indoors. There are a lot of people who are homeless and they will give anything to be indoors. So thank you so much for your faithfulness. And Ambassador Lisa, you're looking gorgeous as always. And Miss Virginia, I hope we'll see you. I actually turned on my camera today because I don't want Ambassador Lisa to forget what I look like and pass me by the way and not recognize me. I think this 2026 will be awesome because I see Sister Ruth. We have been looking for her. We almost called Homeland Security to try to locate her. And I see her sister is on. And there goes our amazing brother, Dr. Sholette Josue. Thank you so much, Dr. Sholette, for pressing your way. We know you are off your base today, but you are here. So thank you so much.
In Florida.
Yeah, that's okay. The weather in Florida is better than in Bowie. But on behalf of African Online Media Corporation, I want to welcome our guests. Those who are watching live on YouTube, those who are going to watch on Facebook, those who are going to watch later. And did I acknowledge, acknowledge Dr. Crosslin. Thank you again for introducing Dr. Josue to us. This is his third week with us, and he's been fantastic, amazing, and just on fire for Black women. So all the Black women on this program, let's clap for our champion here, Dr. Josue. So without further ado, I'm going to hand back over, Ambassador Lisa, I'm going to hand over to, I almost forgot, Sister Debbie, you've been gone for a while. I almost forgot you. Welcome back. This new year is kicking off the right way. Hopefully we'll see your beautiful face during the program and hear your valuable contributions. So over to you, Ambassador Lisa, and I'm going to go on mute.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness, Reverend Pam, for welcoming all of our guests. And yes, it is a good way to start 2026, seeing some of our old friends and contributors, and prayerfully they will be constant, continuous contributors throughout the year. Again, I want to reiterate and say ditto to Reverend Pam in her welcoming Dr. Sholette. The first time we heard him, I was blown away as he talked about the brain and the brain health and how we can heal ourselves, how we can calm ourselves from situations. And I know at that time I was thinking about my daughter in Uganda and my granddaughter who was getting ready for surgery, and she was very nervous, and she's only 17, and this was a very major surgery for her. And of course, I was equally as concerned here in America. And I was able to take some of the things that he shared with calming the heart and releasing that stress and call them both and share those situations and those exercises with them so that they could be able to go through surgery very well. And my granddaughter did come through with flying colors. And we're looking for a continuous good report from the doctor. And her mother is doing equally as well, not as stressed anymore. So I want to thank you in advance for the tips that you shared. So we talked about the brain. I wasn't here last week. I'm away. I'm still away, and I may be away even longer with all that snow up in Philly. But we talked about how the brain and the brain health was necessary. And Dr. Sholette came from a different kind of perspective than the majority of us ever think about our brain health. So I'm not going to talk any longer. I'm going to turn it over to him and let him begin to share. Especially looks like we have a couple of new people, and I'm hoping some more come on. But we're going to let you come on and share how your specialty. And I actually just left Florida. That's how I ended up here in Georgia. But we're going to let you go ahead and talk about your specialty for women and women's health and the brain. Dr. Sholette, the floor is yours. Welcome again.
Well, thank you. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. Thank you.
Okay. Look, I really appreciate, meeting you guys have made all the heartache I've gone through worth doing. And I'm going to tell you, I've chosen not to make millions of dollars. I could have easily given to the system to work for corporations. I came from Hopkins in Shepherd Pratt, but I realized that I needed to do something to help people, everyone, but especially my own people, live well and thrive. Okay. And I'm thankful. At that time when I was being given a hard time, it wasn't easy. But the fact that I met Dr. Crossley, I met you guys, I met everyone, because I never thought it was possible for me to sit in front of Black people to give this. You have to realize most of what I've done to maturity schools. And so it's a blessing but I'm not doing it for me, for you. I'm doing it for me. You know why? Because we know that if Black women are doing well, then the rest of us are doing well. Okay, that's about uh, Professor Spark. So where I left off, let me tell you where we talked about if you want to be successful as a business person, as an entrepreneur, which you have all the great mind. Are you there?
We're here.
Okay.
Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. We're
Uh-huh.
hearing you.
Uh-huh.
Then, don't be distracted. I just spotlighted you.
Okay. You have all the great mind. What you need to understand how your brain works. We can sit down and have a conversation with you and to help you understand how your brain works so you can do all the great things that you're doing. Okay. Already, Black women, you guys are carrying everyone with what you have. Imagine if you could put deeper understanding how your brain works to be able to prevent illnesses. The good news is that we have that. And I'm saying that it comes from a personal experience because it happened to my mother. My mother died at 53 because at that time we could not tell her how to carry 5 children. Widow, you see what I'm saying? So we talk about brain entrepreneur. How do you become a better business person as a function of brain health? And what I'm doing right now, I'm in Florida. You know, came to my city. That's why I want to talk to you, Ms. Parks, to create a brain first prevention clinic to help us thrive. Okay. So what we want to talk about today is that how do everyone, but especially Black women, how do you thrive to prevent the top 10 chronic illnesses that are affecting you? Not because you want to, but it's because of the load you carry. 90% of my patients are Black women. I didn't know that they told me what's holding them up. So let me tell you first one thing you need to understand. If you're struggling, any one of you, men, women, it's not your fault. Here's what's going on. We have changed the world so fast, your brain is still adapting to it. I won't stop there for us to think about it. We have changed the world so fast, and we didn't tell you that. And your brain's still adapting to it. And when it sees stressors, it goes into protective mechanisms. If anyone has questions, you can ask me if you want to know what I mean by that. So what I mean by that, guys, is that we know that 1,000 years ago, if you think of your surroundings, we didn't have cars, we didn't have airplanes, we didn't have all these things that we're having, right? 10,000 years ago, we had animals, we have all kind of things. Okay, we have animals, we had all kind of things that were in a way to maybe eat us alive as a danger. Here's what's going on. The brain has been programmed to be under fight or flight. Okay? If people don't understand, please ask me questions. Our brain, your brain, has been programmed to be under fight or flight in case there is danger. Your brain was not made to do all this crap you're doing here. Raising children. I mean, of course, raising children, but all these things, getting in the cars, flying, the brain doesn't want to do that. So here's what's going on. Because we are changing the world so fast, your brain is still seeing stressors as dinosaurs, as animals. So when you get stressed, when something irritates you, it's your brain that's seeing this thing as physical danger. The reason why that's important, the moment your brain sees anything as physical danger, it goes into protective mode. It increases cortisol, cortisol. That's a stress hormone. Then what it does, when your cortisol is increased, the brain is trying to protect itself. But if it stays elevated for more than 24 hours, that's where more than 90% of illnesses that are affecting all of us, including Black women, are coming from, guys. It's high blood pressure, diabetes, autoimmune, all of them, they're directly linked to chronic inflammation from chronically elevated cortisol that creates chronic inflammation. You know, I stopped eating eggs until recently. Eggs don't really cause cholesterol. It's one of the most perfect food we have. So I'm not blaming people. Now we know that. So how do we move forward? Is to understand that what's going on with you, the things that you're carrying, the things that you have to do all day, men or women, it's not your fault. When you feel overwhelmed and stressed, it's your brain that are seeing those things as physical threat. What you need to tell yourself, those stresses are maybe real, but those are not physical threat. At that time, if you take a deep breath, okay, you take 10 deep breaths, you change your brain from the fight or flight, face the other side, rest and digest. Because we know if you keep your cortisol, if your cortisol stays elevated for more than 24 hours, it's aging you faster. That's where all the illnesses are coming from. So what we should do is 2 or 3 times a day, make sure that you do mindful breath work, mindfulness for 5 to 10 minutes, not meditation. Then you can lower your cortisol level so it won't stay elevated, because increased cortisol causes insulin resistance. That's where diabetes comes from. Increased cortisol causes chronic inflammation, high blood pressure. You know, we've been told when I was in medical school, I don't know if you guys have heard that, Dr. Pam, you've heard that, essential hypertension, right?
Yes.
I was listening to Dr. Eric Berg, and that's one thing. So I'm going to tell you who I'm suggesting for us to listen to, but those are the person I listen to that can help us to deliver ourselves. He said that we call high blood pressure essential hypertension. You know what he said? What's the other name for essential hypertension? Idiopathic. You know what he's saying? That we don't know where it's from. But you know what Dr. Berg says? But we have medications to treat you. When you go to the doctor, right? They find one medication, your blood pressure is not working, they add another one. It's not working, they add a third one. Well,
that's right.
How come you don't know? You don't know where it comes from, but you know you have medication to treat it? So guys, here's what causes high blood pressure, okay? 200 years ago, we were not living inside a house. Vitamin D from the sun was very important for our system. Fast forward 100 years ago, we have been living inside houses. The reason why Black people have high blood pressure is because vitamin D, vitamin K, and magnesium is required for the proper absorption of calcium from your blood to put it back in the bone. Because we have melanin, because we have dark skin, we have absorbed less vitamin D. So the way to decrease high blood pressure is make sure you have proper level of vitamin D, like in David, vitamin K, and magnesium. We now know that. And of course, you control your stresses. But here's one thing I mentioned about, we know that more than 90% of illnesses are due to chronic inflammation, right? We are born with our gene. 50% of our gene cannot be changed, but 25% of what we do can systematically change the way we live. Here's what I mentioned by that. I mentioned mindful breath work, right? 2 or 3 times a day. You're doing breath work, you find somewhere that you're quiet, you take some deep breath for 5 to 10 minutes. That's transition your brain from the fight or flight to rest and digest. Then the second thing is food. The food we eat either increases inflammation or they decrease. But guess what? When you stressed out, your cortisol is elevated. The joke I make, once your cortisol is elevated, especially if you're Black, if you have fried chicken in front of you and Caesar salad, you think Miss Park, you think what your brain is going to ask for? If you stressed out,
fried chicken,
you have no choice. The moment you stressed out, guys, you have no choice, and your brain's going to crave carbohydrates. We know that's how it happens. So therefore, food, what you should eat, guys, people are taking notes, your food should be high protein, high fiber, and healthy fats. Again, your food should be high protein, high fiber. So you should take at least 130 to 240 grams of fiber protein a day. Let me say it again. You should take at least 130 to 140 grams of protein a day. You should take around 20 to 25 grams of fiber a day. And healthy fats is salmon, omega-3, mackerel. You do get omega-3 in walnut, chia seed, flaxseed. You know, all of these, they decrease inflammation, they decrease stress, they decrease mental illness. So what we should do every day is manage our genetics, manage our stressors, and manage your environment. Let me go back again. Every day, what we should do is manage your genetics, meaning that we cannot change our genetics, but 25% of what we do, the food we eat, getting decent sleep, can help to decrease inflammation, cancer, everything else. We need to manage our stressors too by making sure 2 or 3 times a day you're doing mindful breath work. The biggest thing I've heard people say, manage your environment. People do not give you joy that you cannot cut off. You have to set healthy boundaries. They didn't teach us that.
That's right.
And what we say healthy boundaries, there are things and places you shouldn't talk to people. If you're talking to your loved one and we don't agree, saying that, okay, we can talk about this later on. You have to set healthy boundaries, because healthy boundaries for yourself, because a good space is required for you to breathe. If you don't have a safe space, psychological safety, you cannot breathe. If you cannot breathe, you cannot rest and digest. If you cannot rest and digest, you cannot thrive. Okay? So it's very important every day we get up, manage your genetics. What we mean, food is medicine. Your food should be anti-inflammatory. I'm going to send you a list of 20 top anti-inflammatory food. Let me tell you the food that are causing inflammation. Processed food, sugar, anything that's not natural. Now, it doesn't have to be all perfectly natural, but processed food, sugar, the oil that are good for us, avocado, olive oil. We have to be careful. I think canola oil too is good, but some of the oil that they cause inflammation. Okay, so that's what cause. They all cause decreased inflammation. Guess what? They decrease mental illness. Mental illness is not genetic per se. As I said, physical illnesses and mental illness, we have 50% of genetics. But guess what? 25% of it we can manage. We can manage what we do every day to make sure we getting food that decrease anti-inflammatory food. We're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. We're making sure we're doing mindful self-care. We're decreasing our cortisol. You know what mindful self-care is? The smell. I brought them in. You see what I have here? Ginger. Okay? Smell. The things that we smell, lavender, chamomile, anything that you smell that relaxes you, it decreases your cortisol. What we eat, what we smell, what we watch, what we listen to, they all go into our brain. They either increase cortisol or decrease cortisol. Okay? So then we have 7 to 8 vitamins that we all should take. Let me mention them to you, okay? Omega-3. We all should take some between 3,000 to 4,000 milligrams of omega-3 every day. What it does is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory. It decreases inflammation, okay? Vitamin D, like in David. We should take between 125 to 250 micrograms, guys. It's not big, okay? With vitamin K. Vitamin K, we didn't know that. It's very important to take vitamin K, because without vitamin K, vitamin D doesn't work. And by the way, all I'm talking about, ladies, that's involving perimenopause and menopause symptoms. We know now lack of vitamin D makes the symptoms worse. So vitamin K should be between 100 to 200 microgram. It's for everyone too, okay? And including people in Africa, because we all are living stressful lives, okay? And we need to have a B complex, okay? B complex, B12, B complex doesn't have any number, just get a good B complex, but B12 is 5,000 micrograms a day. Okay. The other thing, guys, we know that's important to decrease stress. I'm going to stay on this magnesium glycinate. Magnesium glycinate is required to decrease your stress around 400 milligrams a day. If magnesium glycinate, vitamin K, and vitamin D, they all go together. What they do, if you're stressed out, if you take vitamin D, magnesium, vitamin K, magnesium glycinate, it relaxes your brain. By the way, you know, magnesium, I don't know if you guys have heard Epsom salt. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. If you cannot sleep, right, you go to one of the stores, CVS, you get Epsom salt, you soak yourself, it's magnesium. Magnesium they say that we found out it's in part in 600 biochemical reactions of the body. Most of us are deficient in magnesium. And what they do, all of this is brain health. They decrease cortisol, they decrease inflammation. And, you know, look, it doesn't work right away, but after 2-3 weeks, I've been taking that, they work if you stay at it, right? But if you have any questions, just stop. But if we're saying all this, right, we have to have objective measurement. I want to show you something I didn't know. Okay, let me share this with you. 4 years ago, I was looking for other specific biomarkers. And what I'm going to tell you guys, every one of us, when I finish here, you should know your numbers. The Cleveland Clinic, which is the top, you know, that's where the King of Jordan, that's where Bill Clinton was treated. That's the top 5th clinic hospital in the world, okay? The Cleveland Clinic has developed biomarkers. I was shocked as a doctor when I did it. They don't give it to us. So when I finish with you guys, everyone should know biomarkers, because guess what? These things can prevent chronic illnesses 10, 15 years, 20 years from now, if you know your biomarkers. Let me show you what they are. Okay. So the Cleveland Clinic, and the average doctor don't do that. I don't know why, okay? When I finish here, we all should know your biomarkers. Here are they, okay? You should ask your doctors to make sure you measure this. I'm gonna put them, okay? This is a known inflammatory markers. Okay, both of them. The HSCRP, here's the biggest, one of the most important for Black people. LPPLA2 activities. We have to know that. That's one of the most important markers of early heart disease. So when I finish with you guys, whatever we do, make sure that every 6 months, every year, you know the level of your inflammation. Those are all inflammatory biomarkers that we have available. I'm going to send it to you, that we all should know them. Okay? So once you know them, I've done them myself. Actually, in my clinic, I've actually have the Cleveland Clinic customizing one for me. Let me show you what I've done. I have 2 markers, one for Black women, one for Black men, for men and women. And okay. And I have a list of anti-inflammatory food. I'm gonna send it to you, Ms. Dr. Pam. And you can share it. Okay. So let me see. So I've done, okay, look, I've done 2 lists of biomarkers, okay? That's a biomarkers for women. One for general biomarkers, but one also for perimenopause, menopause, and vitality. I'm gonna put that in the link. Dr. Pam, make sure that you pass it on to all of us. If you don't have any way of getting it, I have it in my clinic.
Okay.
All of us should know our biomarkers. That can prevent you from illnesses that can have serious impact on your life and the life of the people you care about. And I'm saying that, guys, because my mom died at 53. Because of that, it impacts all of us. Guess what? 90% of heart disease can be totally 100% almost prevented. But you have to know your markers. Make sure you go to your
Thank
doctor.
you, Dr. Yes, go
Okay?
ahead.
That's not, no, I know, I'm going to make sure this is not opinion. We have them. Make sure you go to your doctors and ask them to give you those biomarkers. And I have 2 sections. You see, this one is for longevity for women around 40. You need to know your estrogen, progesterone, total testosterone, and I'm developing that in my clinic. Okay. The reason I'm in Miami is because I am in Florida. As I said, Dr. Pam, I'm looking for someone to partner with, not investors, who believe in the well-being of people to prevent you. If you can do this, guys, you will prevent most of the illnesses that you have. You will prevent diabetes. You cannot 100%, but more than 90% of all illnesses will be prevented. Little,
Awesome.
okay? So those are
Awesome.
objective markers. Whatever you listen to me, you should all have them. Go to your doctor saying that I need to know these numbers. Then once you know these numbers, you know what I do? Then you go into anti-inflammatory. So I take cholesterol medication, but I'm bringing it down so you can use it as backup. So we do use medications, right? So the way for you to heal yourself, you start with food as medicine. That's the first level. The second is
Yep.
vitamins. The third one, here's how you deal with your stress. Okay? Mindful self-care. Mindful self-care. Here's the word that Black women don't hear. They give you the other one. Self-compassion and healthy boundaries.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Josué. I'm sure our listeners have questions and the anchors. Do you mind stop sharing so we can
Yes,
have a
yes.
full view of you? So
Okay.
anchors, do you guys want to ask first, or you want our participants to ask first?
Yes, I was going to take this time to have our guests and our contributors to now have questions if they have anything that they would like to share. We're going to start with Ruth Presley because Dr. Jolet, has a very interesting story where she uses food as health, and she transformed and healed her heart that was only functioning at 25% to now a 100% functioning heart. So, Ruth, any questions, comments you want to share?
I have to say that she eats like a cow, and I'm still trying to get there, Dr. Josué.
Oh, look, hold on. Miss Ruth, Miss Dr. Pam, what are we doing? Was it self-compassion or shame?
No. No,
I'm joking.
I know Sister Ruth is a regular contributor to this show, but we've been looking for her.
No,
All right, Sister
I'm
Ruth.
joking.
Her company is called Eat Like a Cow.
Okay.
Yes, eat like a cow.
Okay, I see.
So,
I see what you're saying.
yeah, because I believe that we eat too much of the wrong things in our bodies. I tell everybody, your body is a very clear communicator. You don't have to
Before you
Yes,
say anything, here's one thing they didn't tell us. More than 60%, I think, of the chronic stress is internal, okay, guys? It's not outside. It's not what we eat. It's whether we can maintain our stress level. They're not telling us that. More than 60 to 70% of the chronic stress of Black women, of people, is your worries, is internal worries. Okay? So we have to combine all of them. So without mindfulness, self-compassion, and healthy boundaries, you will not be able to decrease your cortisol level. Go ahead, Ms. Ruth.
Yes, I do understand that. I know that our health, it's not one thing. And if you're only doing one thing well, that doesn't mean that you are actually well. Because
Yes.
sometimes people think, well, I'm exercising. Well, that's great. But what are you eating? I'm drinking water, but are you going to bed?
Yes.
Do you have those healthy boundaries? Do you know how to say no and not feel bad about saying no
Mhm.
with your healthy boundaries? Eat Like a
Yes.
Cow came about because I was listening to people talk about how they can't, and I know you probably hear it too. I can't give up this, and I can't give up that, and I can't, and I can't, and I can't give up these foods that are actually literally killing you for the price of your health. You can't give up fried chicken. You can't give up these things that are actually harming your body, and your body is clearly communicating that you are in pain, that you're not digesting, you're not resting, you're not taking deep breaths, because you believe that if I have a piece of fried chicken or whatever that food may be for you, that's what's going to make me feel better. Because when I eat this, I feel better. Food is a very emotional thing, and you know that as well. It's like, I got to have this and I got to have that. And I tell people our diseases, and I know about healthy boundaries, we blame it sometimes on our genes and on our parents, but we're eating the same food that they eat. So we have the same diseases. And there comes a point in time where you must take responsibility for your choices rather than blaming the world, blaming your parents, look in the mirror and say, you know what? I've been eating a half a gallon of ice cream a week. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Stop blaming your parents, your genes, and look in the mirror. Eat more
Ms.
fruits and
Ruth,
Yes.
what you're saying is true, but I didn't understand that phenomena until I say Black women. Here's what's going on. If you have to carry children, you have load on you, your cortisol stays elevated. There's no chance in the world you can control what you're eating. I'm gonna tell you what's going on. We have changed the world the way I was raised. Human beings were not supposed to live with our village. The Western world have individualized us. You cannot do it by yourself. The moment you're stressed out, you have no control over what you're going to eat. I understand what you're saying, but if I see Black women who don't even think that they can empower themselves to say no to their family members, right? So it's really helped people to empower themselves that they were not born to carry all these things. That's not all your fault. Until we do that, then the way the brain compensates for these things, yes, they're going to eat 1 gallon of ice cream. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, may
but
I
Let
jump
I
me
agree
have
in?
with
that.
you.
I'm saying,
Yeah, before we go, Ambassador, say you want to say something?
no, I
Ambas-
was telling you, you raised your hand. Go ahead.
Yeah, yes, Dr. Jesuit, I
Mhm.
agree with what you're saying. I want to even take it beyond family members. For example, when I left pharmacy school, my first job was a supervisor at Texas Children's Hospital, which was and still is the largest pediatric hospital in the world. And this may have something to do with me as a Black woman also.
Mhm.
I was working like a jackass. It had nothing to do with money because I was on salary. I was not getting paid hourly. I used to do 14 hours night shift, 10 days in a row. I was not getting paid for that. I was getting paid for 7, but whenever there was a problem, whether it was rearranging the code blue box for pharmacists to be able to participate in medical emergencies like cardiac arrest, that was me. What I was arranging, the way medications were placed in the pharmacy, just working myself with that, not knowing. It got so bad, my blood pressure dropped to 90. Thank God I don't have high blood pressure. My blood pressure doesn't even go beyond 120. My blood pressure had dropped to 90 over, I think, 44 or 50. I had a blackout at work, and my doctor, I called a friend of mine who's a civil surgeon, and he got one of his friends to see me in the emergency room. And he told me that, he said, you see this Texas Medical Center, it's not going to stop if you die. They will not even remember that you existed, and you are not going to work. He actually called the director of pharmacy and said, I'm not coming to work until he decides that I'm coming to work. I said this to say, we are so dedicated. We are so dedicated, and we have that over-nurturing nature where we want to take care of everybody except ourselves. The same thing happened to me in ministry up until the pandemic delivered me. It didn't matter what hour of the day or night somebody needed help with ministry, I would forget about myself and go out there. So I think it may have something to do with we as Black women, our nature, and it is important. I wish I had listened to you back then. I would not have put myself through all that.
We did what we know. We did what we know. Let me tell you guys, I appreciate Dr. When I finished medical school, I didn't do well my first year, okay? And the guy, I had two angels, two mentors who taught me brain science. By the way, do you know, I flunked my first year in medical school. You know, the only thing I learned the second year, brain science. That's what made me who I am, okay? So, Dr. Pam, you know what? When I went my 5th year in medical school, I went back to them and I'm saying that I regret, you know what they told me? If you go back now, given what you knew then, you will do the same things. The brain doesn't give what it doesn't have. However, they make Black women, they make us feel like somehow we could have avoided those things. And they make it hard for you to forgive yourself. Well, we're perfectly imperfect. If we go back now, given what we know then, the brain will do the same things. Now we know better, we're doing better. Very important for us to know that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ruth, will you finish with your statement?
Yes. I would just like to say, I mean, I've been through all the stuff of helping people and all those things, but it may not be my fault, but it is my responsibility.
I agree.
To take care of it.
I agree.
It's also my responsibility to go grab my sisters and say, look, we don't have to live like this.
Yes.
It's a lie.
Yes.
Let's walk in the truth of what God says about us.
And that's why I tell Black women. I said, look, it's a trick. And Dr. Pound, here's one thing. From the time you're a small girl, they attach your identity to productivity. They don't do that to men. They don't do that to boys. So Miss Ruth, here's what we're doing here, okay? Everything we're doing here is neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity. Rewiring the brain, right? You guys, I actually didn't know that exists. Dr. Pound, do you know, when I sat with Black women, I was tired of giving people medication. I said, after 8 months, you need to go on your own business. Then when I realized, okay, this is not working, I had everyone to my office, Miss Wood, bring a pen and notebook, because they said that you're not responsible for illnesses, but guess what you're responsible for? The treatment. I had Black women, everyone. Do you know the only group of people who bring a notebook and a pen? Black women. Within 28 days, I could see the mind shift set, the mindset shift, that you're able to, so your brain can do it. Here's the biggest thing. If you don't think that there's a way out, if you cannot empower yourself, how can you do it? I agree with you, Ms. Presley. If you go and we talk to each other, saying that you don't have to die just because you choose to have families. You don't have to die just because you choose to have children. There must be another way for you to balance it. But if people don't know, then they don't know what to do. I agree with you guys.
Yeah, thank you. So I don't know, Ambassador Lisa, are you able to unmute? We need to hear from.
Yes.
Okay, we have several
I'm
people
gonna-
on. Mhm.
Yes, we want to hear from, of course, Dr. Crosland. Is she available? We know she's probably in the car
Yes.
driving. There she is.
Yes, she
No,
just entered.
Actually, I'm here today, and yes, I want to say hello to our keynote speaker, Dr. Josh Wade, brain doctor, physician, all of those wonderful things, and philanthropist, humanitarian of human rights. I want to say hello to our Her Excellency Ambassador Queen Mother, Dr. Pam Fomenang, for preparing this platform for us, and to Ambassador Lisa and to Professor Diasag, and to all the keynote visitors and viewers and global people, humanitarians who all love how our brain functions. Hello. And I just quickly wanted to share my notes for myself, because you guys know it's usually always all about me. And so what I hear today from everyone, especially the doctor, is that brain health is a function. And so what I did is I tied that to my Safe Water project. And so when there is lead and heavy metal in water, it enters the brain. I did not know that until today. And then the biomarkers will show way ahead of time what type of state the brain is in. And when there's lead and heavy metals in the water, it affects the brain through memory loss, slower thinking, mood changes, and early cognitive aging. And so when there's nitrates and bacteria in the water, it does the same thing. Even it affects learning issues in children and everyone, fatigue, headache, brain fog. And with that said, when people notice, okay, the water may not be safe, then they might get dehydrated because they drink less. Thank you all so much.
No, I
Thank
was
you,
mentioning,
Dr.
I was
Crosland.
mentioning
Dr.
one quick thing. So, in order for us to maintain our weight, to decrease inflammation, one of the things that you should do early in the morning, you can either do clove buds in hot water, 7 to 8. By the way, let's see. So guys, I'm in Florida. 1 second. I'm in Florida. I carry my clove buds. You know what I'm drinking here? These are lemon in it. If you do that after each heavy meal, it decreases insulin resistance, decreases your weight, it decreases inflammation. So I start doing that. When you go on vacation, you can eat, but make sure you bring your clove with you or your lemon. Drink that after a meal. They can help us to maintain decrease inflammation, decrease weight. And then in the morning, what we should do is make sure your first meal is high protein, high fiber. Do you know fiber and protein is equal to GLP-1? If anyone doesn't know what GLP-1 is, it's the same thing with Ozempic. That's why you stop. If you eat high protein, high fiber, it decreases your craving for carbohydrates. So if we do that, then it decreases your need to want to eat fried chicken much. So that's how you maintain the balance.
I'm going to come
of the
back
body.
to that, Doctor,
Okay.
in a second, but I'm going to ask Debbie, are you there? Would you like to have some remarks? Because I do have a question I'm going to put in the chat box real quick, so I don't forget it for later on.
Okay. Go ahead.
That is Debbie McCormick. She's welcome back. Please unmute and join the conversation.
Debbie, kindly unmute. Let me send her a message. We can go to someone else and then come back to her. I see Lambert, and there's a Moto GPU. I'm not sure what the real name is. Lambert, I don't know if you are male or female. Do you have a question or comment about what Dr. Joshua is talking about?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Joyce Lambert. I was invited by Sister Ruth Presley to join the conversation today. And I had a question, but I have the answer, I think. When Doctor was speaking about magnesium,
Glycinate.
Glycinate, I had magnesium sulfate and citrate, I'm sorry. And I see now that that's actually a laxative. I hadn't taken it. Someone recommended that.
Yeah.
But the information about the clove buds, I have a question about that, Doctor. You're saying about how many, what amount of water or?
Oh, let me say this. I have my clove. So clove is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory. So clove buds, you can take 7 to 8, put it in a cup of water and boil it. Okay, 7 to 8 buds of clove. They put it in a cup of water. You can put cinnamon sticks in it too.
Mhm.
Okay, and you just boil it, microwave it. But when you finish boiling it, cover it because if the vapor is where all the ingredients are. What clove does, clove is decrease insulin resistance. It actually helps with sleep. If you cannot sleep at night, you drink clove water, it help you sleep. It decreases perimenopause, menopause symptoms. Basically, I don't use mouthwash anymore because I use clove water. Did I answer your questions, Miss?
Yes. And I think you said add lemon to it as well. Did you
You
say?
can add, look, you can add lemon to to water, yes. So I
Okay.
now what I have here, I have lemon. I have a cup, a half of lemon in the water. So lemon, all it does, let me tell you guys what's going on. So the reason why we have illness is because when we eat, we become insulin resistant. Glucose stays in our blood too long. You know what glucose turns into? Fat, inflammation. Arteries disease. It's not because cholesterol, it's glucose that turns in oxidation. It's like, when we have rust in metals, that's how we have artery disease. So every day, so what's going on is like, if you eat at night, it's good as we get older because the body is made, the highest metabolic activity of the body is when the sun is the highest. It makes sense. As the sun is going down, the metabolic activity is going down, right? But if you're going to eat at night, what I do now, get some clove buds or some lemon. I went to eat with a friend of mine last night. I had them give me a lemon and hot water, okay? Because what happens is that if you eat carbohydrate at night by 9 p.m., that 6 a.m., that's when that food is working into glucose. There's the other part of our body that releases glucose, our liver. The liver, so clove buds, lemon, what they do, they're doing liver detoxification. In order for you to maintain decreased inflammation, decrease weight, decrease insulin resistance, we have to eat food that making the liver works better. So one of the ways anti-inflammatory, but clove and lemon is one of the ways we decrease liver like malfunction to make sure that we don't crave carbohydrates too much.
Sure.
But I'm gonna say this last, whatever I talk here, make sure, Dr. Pam, that you give everyone the biomarkers. Please, when you go to your doctor, ask them to know your markers. And what you do, once you go to your level, I've done it 2 times.
I'll tell it.
Go ahead, son. Who's this?
Doctor,
That was
I
Ambassador
believe
Lisa.
we have, yes, who is Moto G Pure? Are you there?
We have Nancy too.
While we wait for them, I would say, I don't know why, because I
Yes.
can't see her right at the moment, need to
Yes.
speak to my sister Nancy. You have a comment? She's
No,
always somewhere
Ambassador
listening
Lisa,
quietly.
Moto has unmuted, so let's hear from
Yes.
them.
Oh,
Greetings, everyone.
okay. Moto G
Greetings.
Pure. Tell
That's
us
the
who you
question.
are and how you came to.
Good.
My name is
Right.
Jamal Dean Bilal. I'm calling from New York City. I was invited on by my dear sister, prophetess Lisa Parks. I came on a little late, but I have a question regarding the clove and the different, I guess, herbal products.
No,
How
I
does
didn't, I
that?
didn't say, let's mention specifically what I mentioned, right? These are different herbal products. Let's mention specifically what I mentioned, right? I mentioned clove. I'm sorry, I mentioned lemon. Are you saying that where to get them?
No, my question is, how do they interact with prescription medicines?
Oh, okay. So, and that's, you have to talk to your doctor and do some research. Most of them don't have any interaction. Look, I take Synthroid, I take anti-cholesterol medication. Okay. In fact, let me tell you how do they interact. The goal is like to use prescription medicine, to use this to replace prescription medicine. So if I answer you, sir, I have people come into I'm a neuropsychiatrist, right? Right now I'm reversing blood pressure. I had a patient who come to me. She has autoimmune, young black woman. They give me an infusion, $3,000 every month. I said, you know what? I'm gonna help you. It's low vitamin D, so I didn't take her medication away. Well, what we're doing, we're optimizing her anti-inflammatory. And I gave her hibiscus. You know, if you want to reverse your blood pressure, it's hibiscus. And you know what I did? I had her buy a blood pressure cuff. I said, okay, we're going to measure your blood pressure every day. When it's reached around 170 to 175, you know, a month ago, we stopped the medication. So, sir, what I want to answer to you, you need to work with a doctor who's willing to help you to be able to kind of slowly taper off the medication, but you have to work with a doctor who can help replace them with food as medicine and vitamins. So
Yeah,
I'm
may
saying
I
so.
jump in real
Mhm,
quick?
mhm.
Yeah, I was also going to say to our brother, as a general guidelines, because a lot of these supplements have not been studied. And those
No,
that have been studied, they've not been studied on Black people.
no,
And this is not racism. A lot of the times our people don't like to become guinea pigs. Even with the blood pressure medications we are talking about, a lot of them don't work for our people because our people don't participate in the studies. So to be on the safe side, it's better to allow at least a 2-hour gap between when you take your medication
Yes.
and when you're taking this supplements. Because like I said, a lot of them have not been studied and most of them are not regulated by the Food and Drug Administration. So to be on the safe side, lemon is really a food-based and antioxidant, like our brother was talking about. When you cut an avocado and you put outside, in a few minutes, it gets rusty because of oxidation. And lemon, I don't even think there's anything better with antioxidant effect than lemon. I'm talking about food-wise. So I don't think it will harm anybody, but, it has a lot of vitamin C. I will advise you until you have done your own research with the specific medications you are taking, try to keep at least a 2-hour window between them.
And
Yes, thank you.
Dr. Bam,
Yes.
here's one thing I would
Yes,
say, okay?
that's
You have to go slow, be careful. Look, I'm a scientist. I believe in medication, right? So you have to work with, the unfortunate thing, you have to work with a doctor who can help you to slowly, very slowly to try to manage this. You're right, Dr. Pam, because we purposefully don't do any research on it. But what I'm saying is that what I would tell people, someone asked, eating high protein breakfast affect our circadian rhythm. By the way, let me tell you, the only research I did in medical school was circadian. There is no correlation between circadian rhythm and high protein. Okay, I'm gonna say it again.
well, according to your circadian rhythm, you should not be eating meat for 12
Excuse me, I can't hear.
during the day.
What you saying?
I was saying, according to your circadian rhythm, we should not be eating meat before 12 noon. So you're saying for
Hold on.
breakfast,
Who
we should
said
be
that?
eating a high protein meal.
We said that according to circadian rhythm, according to research.
The
So
research
look,
for the circadian rhythm,
let me say this, okay? I have to be very careful about what I'm saying because things that we have no objective research for, I cannot claim that we have evidence. We have to be careful, right? We may have anecdotal evidence, but we have to be careful about if we don't have objective evidence, research-based, that's saying that, so here's the thing. Intermittent fasting is very important for the health of our cells. But circadian rhythm is worked throughout the day. But what we use circadian rhythm a lot is when we have to get good night's sleep. Right? So there is no, yes, irregular sleep-wake cycle, man. But when I say high protein, I'm saying if we're going to eat in the morning, right? I'm not saying in the morning. So I do intermittent fasting. I'm saying that your first meal, I said your first meal should be a high protein, high fiber, healthy fats. I'm not saying that you should eat it at 8 a.m. I'm not saying you should do it at 9 a.m. I'm not saying you should do it at 11 a.m.
Okay,
You get what I'm saying,
Ambassador
man?
Lisa, we are past the top of the hour.
I got you,
Dusre,
yes.
yeah, when we come back, please, we have more people who have joined. Let them ask Dr. Dusre a question. We may end up extending this show, but real quick, I want to say something. We need to be careful the information we pull online because it depends on who is funding the studies also. A lot of times they are information that are not objective because whoever is funding those studies is putting out what we want, what they want us to know. So we have to be careful. But Ambassador Lisa, over to you.
Thank you, Reverend Pam. We are at the top of the hour and we're going to play our anthem. We're going to give you a few minutes. I'm telling you, go grab a drink of water, go check on that food that you're waiting, your dinner that you're waiting to eat when this program is over, and we'll be right back after the top of the hour.
Oh, Africa. Oh no. Africans for Africa. Africans for Africa. Africans for Africa.
It's breaking up.
Africans for Africa. Africans for Africa.
Speed. It's breaking up.
Africans have many bright ideas. If only you let us share. If you
Ambassador, we're having problems with the anthem.
know history, come see.
Speed.
God gave us a wisdom. He guides our
Okay, the Ambassador Lisa, you want me to share it? Yours is skipping.
Hey, as one people with so many cultures.
So you're not hearing the anthem?
It's okay now. It was skipping.
Oh.
Stand up, Africans. Let's save Africa. Let us all unite behind Africa Online Media Corporation. Stand up, Africans. Let's save Africa. It's time to come together, promote awareness, progress, and solution. Hey, Africans for Africa. Africans for Africa. Africans for Africa. All Africans can rally for a common cause, to believe without judgment in what our brother does. To identify and resolve our challenges, to allow each other's ideas without regard to standards. As one people with so many cultures, yes indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Let us solve the problem. our continent.
Ambassador Lisa, I think you are having connectivity issues where you are.
For Africa. Africa Online Media Corporation. That's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans. Let's save Africa. They have all the resources we need to benefit our society. Oh. Education for everyone. If we believe prosperity for Africans, if we believe medical facilitation for Africans, if we believe stand up, Africa, yes, for Africa. Africa Online Media Corporation. That's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans. Let's save Africa. Africa is the cradle of civilization. The motherland. Stand up, Africans. For Africa. We were enslaved not because we were weak, because of our hospitality. Stand up, Africans. Let's save Africa. Jump on the Africa Online Miracle Jet. Don't be left behind. Stand up, Africans. For Africa. Together we shall succeed. Together we will win. Stand up, Africans. Let's save Africa. We are writing our own story, the truth, and we shall tell it to the world. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. No more lies.
No more lies. African home, Africa. I'm sorry, I was saying something about there was some skipping issues?
Yes,
Hello?
are you in Uganda, Georgia?
You hear me?
Yes, I'm saying, are you
I'm
in
in
Uganda,
Georgia.
Georgia?
My music it was playing just
Okay, Ambassador Lisa,
it was playing just fine over here.
your
Mhm.
voice is breaking, Madam Ambassador. Your voice is breaking, but I'll try and
Oh.
adjust your connectivity.
We'll turn it over to Nia-san.
No, it's the announcement before we go to
Okay.
Nia-san. Okay, so before I make the announcement, for those who are just joining us, we're talking about how to live a happy and healthy life as a function of your brain health. And we have a brain expert here, Dr. Josue. You know, so next month is Black History Month. We're going to dedicate the month to Black history, starting with Black inventors. And I'm going to go on mute because I have some background noise. So Nia-san, I think we should allow the other participants who have not weighed in to ask Dr. Josue a question. I have put Dr. Josue's information in the chat box. All right,
One question
thank
I'm
you.
going to ask. I'm going to ask everyone, please. So to serve you guys better, I'm starting a TV show in Maryland. I'm paying my own money with YouTube channels. But what I also want to do for Black women, I'm creating a course as entrepreneurship as a function of brain health. I'll be letting you that. You know, I'm in Miami. My family has a church. You know, one thing I want to do also, Dr. Pam, that's heavy on my heart to reach the Black church. We shouldn't be dying of all these illnesses. So I've partnered with the Cleveland Clinic. Right now, the biomarkers, you see the one I gave you, they just customized them for me. The reason it took me so long, I don't think you have to spend your arm and a leg to live good life. So I have these biomarkers, it's around 250. Please, any one of you guys who can help I came here with my cousin to partner with the church. The Black church, I belong to a Black church, right? So any one of you guys who want to help for us to find a way of helping out. Basically, if you don't know anything, everyone should know your biomarkers. That is evidence-based. Once you know it, then you can protect yourself. Okay? So anyone, you guys are in churches, that's where we must go. Please reach out to me and I'm talking to the Cleveland Clinic. We have a representative. My goal is to make sure that Black people thrive. Okay? But thank you. Anyone who has questions, let me know.
Thank you, Doc. Yes, we want to get out and have a question or a comment. I see we have Nancy. Are you still there?
I'm still here.
Go ahead.
Would you like to have
Can
a
you hear
comment
me?
or a question?
Yes.
Well, everything was great.
Yes, we can.
I'm a chocoholic. I can eat a family bag of candy in one sitting, but I'm not a diabetic, so I thought it was okay.
No, ma'am, it's inflammation. You know why chocolate? So it's your brain. Don't blame yourself. Your brain is saying that it's on fire. It's on fire. It's seeing something as physical threat, whatever you're carrying, and the brain is good at protecting itself, right? So what you need to do, don't blame yourself, is to understand that my brain is trying to protect itself. Your cortisol is high, and it's eating chocolate so it won't kill itself. Then what you can do is start really praying and start using, what you need to do, man, start using your first meal, start using high protein and high fiber.
Okay.
And healthy fats, then start decreasing the craving. But it's not the only thing, because you have a lot on your plate, right? When the brain sees that, it latches into some habits. Okay. So if you reach out to me, then we can talk about how do we wire our brain to create the habits and behaviors that, yes. Don't blame, guys, do not blame, they didn't tell us that. It's not you. It's the brain that's trying to protect itself. Black women, Dr. Pam, they have attached your identity to work. It's a trick for you to kill yourself. You see what I'm saying? Once we know that, then we can start taking deep breath and saying that I don't have to be perfect. I'm perfectly imperfect. It's okay. And that's self-compassion, though. The one thing I'm going to leave you with, self-compassion is very hard to practice, as you can tell. Find one or two people, a sister, saying that we're going to align ourselves to hold each other, not accountable. I don't like the word accountability. It makes it like work. Find someone and say, you know what? Can we do this together? Because, because it's not easy to do it by ourselves.
Correct.
Did I answer your question, ma'am?
Yes, I got you.
So you feeling better? I hope I didn't make you feel worse.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's not your fault. It's your brain that's seeing things that's physical threat, dinosaurs that's trying to eat you up. Okay, you get that.
Thank
Every
you,
time
Nancy and Dr. Josette. I have another friend on. We have Brother Maceo, who is one of my Black pilot buddies, and we have Dr. Juanita. I can't see her last name, but we want you to feel free to have a comment or a question. We're talking about brain health. Dr. Judith.
Yeah, Dr. Judith. I think she put a question.
Okay, Maceo.
Dr. Judy, can you unmute yourself? Dr. Judy, kindly unmute yourself and ask Dr. Josue a question or comment. Yeah, I think she's driving.
So the other thing I'm going to say of Black men, do you know, guys, our Black men is beyond crisis with prostate. You know what prostate is? It's inflammation. And I'm actually doing something to do early. Black men, we should start early prevention by in our 30s. It's all chronic inflammation, chronic stress. And so we can do that to help our Black men to make sure we prevent illnesses by knowing how to deal with stressors, manage your genetics. The same thing we're talking about here. Prostate enlargement, prostate cancer, it's all due to chronic stress, chronic inflammation.
Thank you so much, Dr. Josette. Any of our other guests would like to have a comment or a question?
Please
My
unmute yourself. If you okay, I see Matthew is speaking. Okay.
Oh,
Maceo.
Maceo
Hi,
is,
how is everyone?
Okay, and you,
Um,
sir?
my
we're
question
good. How
is,
are you today?
I am blessed and highly favored. My question is, are you saying that stress causes prostate cancer and other issues with the prostate?
I am saying that stress is majorly linked with prostate cancer and other prostate. Here's what we may have propensity genetics to have 50% to have prostate cancer, right? Or enlargement. But 25% of what you and I do. So what I'm saying that chronic stress is majorly implicated in prostate cancer and enlargement of prostate. Yes. I'm not saying that's what causing it, but it triggers it. It turns it on. Did I answer did I answer your question, sir?
Yes, you did. Thank you very much.
Okay. So what I'm saying that every day you get up, you need to become an elite athlete in brain health to manage your genetics. If you know you have family of prostate cancer, or you need to go to the doctor now, get your PSA. Then what you do every day, stop eating sugar, processed food, manage your stress, making sure you become gangster about managing your cortisol level. Because we know cortisol is linked with inflammation, which are linked to prostate enlargement and prostate cancer. It's not what's causing it directly, but it is major part in triggering it.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else, Maceo? You're quite
No,
welcome. Welcome to the show. We're glad to have you.
thank you for having me.
Dr. Judith, you're quite welcome. Dr. Judith, we haven't heard from you yet. Are you there? If you are, please unmute yourself, make your comment or your question. Okay, she quite possibly could be driving as well. Debbie, we haven't heard from you yet. We're so glad that you are back.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. I'm sorry. I know I had a
Happy New
request to
Year.
put my
Happy New
camera on.
Year. Good to see you.
Happy New Year, my big darling sister, Queen Princess, all of the above, and the unmentioned, the one and only, lovely, gorgeous. God has blessed us to see another year, and I'm sorry, I didn't sleep all night. So I'm not in the position to put on my camera because I'm in
No
mourning.
worries. Don't
But I
blame
just
yourself.
I just want to,
Mhm.
my brother, I am so grateful to hear from you, Dr. Josu. Very, very grateful to hear from you. Unfortunately, I don't have any questions. I've just been absorbing everything that you're talking about, and I hope that I'll be able to hear you speak again. And I'm sorry I missed your previous talks
No
because
worry, don't be sorry. Okay,
you
don't be
have
sorry.
so
You're
much
there.
to offer. No, I'm the one who have
You
missed
are what
you.
you need. Let me tell you. You say you're in mourning.
Yes, I lost
Okay.
about 5 people from December
Oh, I'm sorry
27
to
to
hear
New
that.
Year's Eve.
Oh no,
So
please
so so
accept our condolence,
Yeah.
please.
so let me tell you. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Debbie.
Debbie. Let me tell you what's going on, guys. We didn't know that. When we have mourning, okay, it's not us. Your brain is seeing those things as physical threat. What you need to know, Miss Debbie, is not your fault, but what you need to know, your cortisol is way high. Okay? Then what you need to do 2 or 3 times a day, take some chamomile, some lavender, just take some deep breath 2 or 3 times for 5 to 10 minutes. Because we cannot erase our sufferings, but we can manage our stresses. Right? I mean, if you have any questions, you can ask me, right? So let me tell you, both my parents have been passed away, okay? One thing we can do when I see patients, if mourning, we can use the memories of these people to help us thrive, which is not easy. It's not easy when we lose people. Of course, part of grieving, but what we need to do with grieving is making sure we're managing, we can be mindful to manage our cortisol level. They didn't teach us that. I remember the night when my dad died, my mom, everybody's yelling, stuff like that. But they didn't teach us that we can mourn. There's nothing. In fact, mourning is important. But make sure you manage your cortisol level. What I mean by that, make sure you're drinking lemon water and clove. Okay? Make sure you're getting the favorite tea 2 or 3 times a day. It lowers your cortisol. You know what it does? It prevents you from having cancer, high blood pressure while you're mourning. Okay, ma'am?
Okay, Doc. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for you, and I hope you will come back. And next time,
Definitely.
based on what you just taught us today, I'll make a list of questions for your next
Okay,
presentation.
that's fine. You get
Okay,
look,
let me say this, Sister Debbie, you don't need to wait till the next time he's speaking. I put his information in the chat box. You can reach out to him directly.
let me
And
tell you
also
one.
share it.
Let me tell Miss Debbie, here's what we need to do. You need to do, okay? Every day when you're mourning, deep breath is mindfulness, right? You sit somewhere, okay? Sit somewhere while you're grieving. Just take 10 deep breaths. While you're taking deep breaths, you know what you tell yourself? I am hurting. That is self-compassion. It's not your fault. You didn't cause that. That by itself, you're not alone. If you can do that 3-4 times a day over a month, the grieving become more sustainable. But it's very important for us to do that. Because sometimes we think like God brought us here to suffer. That's not true. There's no evidence of it. Things happen. My parents died early by the time I was 21. No one caused that. I can get put, but so here's what I'm saying, Ms. Evie, make sure that you doing mindfulness. Self-compassion is to accept that you're hurting, but to be okay with it's a part of life. And use the memory of these people to help you live your best life. Okay?
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Okay.
Ambassador Lisa.
You're quite welcome.
Thank
Sister
you for
Debbie.
that.
So we are getting close to the end of our program, and before I turn it over to Nia Song to do the round of the table, we just want to remind you that if you don't have your chat box open your chat box, and you'll be able to reach Dr. Jose at mindbrainbody.net. For enhanced psychiatric and wellness. Want to go there and see what his website is talking about. His heart is especially for the Black woman. So we are so grateful for him. And he has spent almost all month with us since we first met him, the first of the month, and we have been very excited. And prayerfully, he will become a part of Africa Online as
No,
a
I
regular
am part of it.
contributor and
He's
part of our
already
medical
part of it.
staff.
I'm
He's
part of
already
it.
he's
I
part
know
of it
Dr.
already.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
so wonderful,
Okay.
wonderful,
So before you
wonderful.
say anything,
Nia
I'm going
Song?
to start doing some things, Miss Parks. I'm going to start doing something monthly with you, a group of Black women, Black men too. So I'll be letting you guys know because we can thrive. We have the tools. So I'll be it's a start, okay? So we'll continue talking because we have the tools.
Wonderful.
It's for you guys, okay? But thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Nia Song,
Nia
kindly
Song.
unmute. We are at last round.
You've been
Last
basically silent over there. What's going on over there?
I know.
I've been trying to follow. I didn't know I was muted. I didn't know I was muted. I was just sitting here and trying to talk. I thought I was being heard. All the same, that being said, let us see, where do we start with our roundup now? We'll go around the table and get opinions. Get last words.
Wait, we want to hear what you, wait, Nia Song.
Yes. What did you want to hear from me?
We want to hear what you were trying to say. If you were trying to say something and you cut off.
No, I was just
we want to hear what you were saying.
I was just trying to say that I was just trying to tell you that the music was not playing the right way it should play. That was earlier. So I have no personal opinion at this point. Yes. So I just wanted to go around the table and hear from our guests and our participants. We start with Nancy Bennett, please. They've been here since, and if they can unmute and tell us, please, everyone should unmute. So when I call on you, just say your last word so we can wrap up this broadcast today.
Thank you for everything. It was great.
Thank you, and please feel welcome. You're part of the house. Thank you very much. Matthew Thompson, please unmute and give us your last word. Matthew, please. Thank you. Your last word.
I'm just glad that I came on when I did. I'm sorry I came on late, but the information I received about cortisol and prostate issues is very valuable. I have some relatives, close relatives, that do suffer from those issues, and I will pass that information on. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you very much. Africa Online Media Corporation is on. It has this broadcast every Sunday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. So please always feel free to join us when you can. Jamal Bilal, if you can unmute and tell us your last word, please. Jamal, thank you.
Yes, hi. I got on a little late also, but I appreciated what I was able to hear and the advice I was given. So keep up the great work, and everyone stay blessed, stay safe. God bless.
Thank you very much, and enjoy the day, even though it's cold out. Yes, if you're out in these parts. Dr. Judith Wende, were you able to unmute, please? Join us and give us your last word.
Please, her name is Judith Foyabo.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
okay.
Can you unmute yourself? I don't know, I think she's on the road.
Okay. Then I go to my usual go-to person, Dr. Gloria Crosslin. Your last word.
Yes, I just want to say thank you again to Her Excellency Ambassador Dr. Reverend Pam Fomenong for creating this platform, and to you, Professor Niason, for your contribution, and to Ambassador Prophetess Lisa. To our keynote speaker, I salute you. I thank you for everything that you do for me personally to help me to remain calm. And for my brain health, I'm really excited what God has in store for me. I realized through your teaching that I am okay, and that it's not my imagination, and that people
you're not
are
crazy. You're not crazy.
right. That people, it's not my imagination, that people really are mean. They're suffering from their own trauma. And I've learned self-compassion. And today I get to learn biomarkers. So I am really excited. And I just want to say hello to all the guests, the returning guests. I hope everyone still comes back, even to the global audience. I do listen to the retake and I replay it. And it is just amazing to hear the information a second and a third time. Thank you all so much.
Thank you very much. Debbie, please. Debbie, please. Debbie McCormick, please. Yes, your last word.
Yeah, Niason, I think Dr. Judith is also unmuted.
Oh, okay. I'll go back to her after Debbie.
Thank you very much, Nia Song. I want to appreciate our presenter today, and I look forward to more sessions and coming back on a regular basis now that all is well. Thank you. Back to you, Nia Song.
Thank you very much. Judith, please come in and give us your last word, your first and your last word.
Indeed, first and the last. I'm sorry I was able to answer on the road, and I joined very late in the presentation, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you're breaking up. We thank you for joining. Please, it's good that we heard from you at least. Ruth, please eat like a cow. Please tell us more about our health and our brain.
I would just like to say to remember your body is a clear communicator. That God said, I sent my word and healed them of all disease. Listen to your body, obey God, stay healthy, stay strong. Love you all.
Thank you very much, Her Excellency, Prophetess Ambassador Lisa.
Thank you, Professor Nia-san. This again has been an amazing program. I am so grateful for our guest today. And I understand that this is his third time here this month. And we've never had a guest on 3 times in a row. But after his first introduction to us by Dr. Gloria Crossland, we needed to hear from him again because we're hearing about the brain health like we've never heard it before, and how we can command our brain to line up with the word and the will of God and command our bodies to be whole and heal. So we
Amen.
thank him. We thank all of you for joining us this Sunday afternoon. As Nia Sung said early, we are here. Africa Online is here every Sunday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't know what time we come on in your neck of the woods? Use timezoneconverter.com and find out what time we are on in your area. We are here talking about a variety of topics that benefit both the African on the continent and those of us here in the diaspora. Follow us on YouTube and or Facebook. We are always live. You can always find our replays. If you did not get anything, you missed a note or two, go back and watch the replays. Like and subscribe our YouTube page, and we'll be so grateful. Over to you, Nia-san.
Your Excellency, Your Highness, Reverend.
Yeah, I have to be brief because I have background noise, but Dr. Joshua, you are amazing. And I'm glad you're going to be in Ghana with us. You know, I want to encourage everyone. The YouTube link is in the chat. You can go to Africa Online TV and listen to his last 2 messages and today's message. And I'm going to be adding, we have a Black Women Forum with Dr. Joshua there. Please share his information with your churches. He doesn't necessarily need to come there physically. He can do a virtual class, master class with your church. But he is out on a mission, and we have to support him because he's looking out for us. Thank you so much, Dr. Josue and everyone.
Dr.
And
Josue,
Dr. Doria, thank you so much for bringing him on board.
thank you. Dr. Josue, your last word as we wrap up this 3-part conversation we've had.
Okay, what I want all you guys to do, please, your family, yourself, it doesn't have to be to me. Know your markers. Let's start with that this year. Here in Africa, just if you want me to help you to find out how to get it, know your markers. Because it makes a big difference if you start with objective numbers. Then you can start from there. Okay, thank you guys, and I look forward to continue the conversation.
Thank you so much, and stay blessed, everyone. Have a great day, no matter how snowy it is in your